Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know who I'm talking to since no one's gonna watch these videos. So today our topic of conversation is very much related to our last one, and that is rape culture. In lieu of the recent run-in with released statements, my biggest problem is not... Clearly I'm talking about Trump. But that is neither here nor there. My problem is rape culture in general. The fact that everyone thinks that the people that are freaking out are like, oh, he said the word pussy. Oh my god. Nobody cares about that. It's the fact that this guy, and I'm not going to call him a man because clearly he's not. This guy is, in my opinion, appropriating rape culture. Now, if any of you have watched my last video, you know that I have unfortunately been through rape and molestation. And I feel like there's a lot of men commenting on this issue when they haven't been through it. And I'm not saying men don't go through rape and molestation. That's not at all what I'm saying, because I know they do. But what I'm saying is a lot of the men that are commenting on it have not been through it. And, you know, the problem with letting people dictate what is and isn't something that they haven't been through is that they haven't been through it. It's like saying that everyone who goes through depression cuts themselves. Not everyone does. A great deal of them do. But not all of them. Do you see what I'm saying here? So, you can't know until you deal with it. You can't know how depression affects you until you have depression. And some people never experience depression. And just like addiction, you know, until you experience it, you don't know what it's like. And you can't say, oh, I can do this drug once and I'll be fine. You know, people get addicted because they want to get addicted. Unfortunately, that's not how that works. And until you've been through it, you can never know what it's like. So saying that when the biggest thing that I noticed that was appropriating rape culture was when he said, let me find the quote for this. This is directly from the video. I don't know if I can switch my camera around. Let me see if I can. No, I cannot. But this is directly from the video.
Do some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even know. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy. I can do anything.
Here is my biggest problem with this Mr. Trump. If you don't wait for a go-ahead, if you don't... He literally said, I just start kissing them, I don't wait. So, if I walk up to a stranger and start kissing them, me, as a normal human being, should expect to be either kissed back or punched in the face. Seeing what I look like, I'm expecting punched in the face. 9 times out of 10. But my point is, you don't wait. You don't even know this woman that you're talking about. If I randomly walk up, I've actually had this happen to me. I've had guys in like clubs and randomly on the sidewalk like walk up and touch me or walk up and smack my ass. You know how I reacted? I smacked them in the mouth. You know why? Because it's not okay. You don't know me. Don't touch me. I actually just experienced an issue the other day where the guy that works for my neighbor, without going too much into detail, he uses our water hose, which is fine. But I didn't know that, so I heard a noise and I went to go check. And the guy not only, like, shaking my hand was fine. He was like, hi, how are you, blah, blah, whatever, which was fine. Shook my hand. The part that was not fine was when he hugged me and kissed my neck. That was too far. I immediately told, someone close to me so that they knew what was going on in case something happened. I was scared, but not enough to where I felt like something needed done. I had called my dad because my dad knows our neighbor. I was like, hey, if you get the chance to talk to our neighbor, let me know because, it's just weird. And then the next day, I actually heard a noise that woke me up and I went to go check. And I had a weapon in my hand because unfortunately with what happened the day before and being a woman by myself during the day, it's a little scary because of things that happen. And I look out my screen door and it's the guy messing with the water hose. I was like, whatever, that's fine. He's like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm like, I was just checking to see what the noise is. I'm going back to sleep. So I go in, back in the door. I mean, I was already in the door, but I shut the actual door and not the screen door because the screen door is closed and locked. I go to the bathroom, and then as I'm going to my living room, I hear the door knock at the door. Mind you, I still have weapon in hand. And I open the door, and the guy is asking for my number, and I repeatedly tell him no. And he asked me why. I told him, you have made me feel unsafe. I don't want to get to know you. I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. He told me, oh, just give me a chance. I will never let you down. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. And he asked me again. He said, why? I said, because I said no. That should be enough. That's my biggest problem with a lot of people. And I'm not going to say just men, because not men are the only ones that cause problems. A lot of people will not take no for an answer. If they want something, they will continuously push until they get it or have the chance to take it. I should not feel so unsafe in my home that I cannot sleep at night. That I have to sleep during the day because that's the only time I really feel safe. Or I have to talk to someone at night until I fall asleep. No one should have to feel like this. And if you do, I encourage you to stand up. This video went a little off subject, but it all ties into each other. My point is, until you are in a situation where you feel unsafe or assaulted or taken advantage of, you have no right to speak on the issue. Standing up for the issue is different. But I feel like people who have never been in a position where they've been taken advantage of like that shouldn't be able to argue what is and isn't rape culture. Because There are a lot of things that are promoting rape culture, like giving Brock Turner technically a 6-month sentence that he only served 3 months of. He raped an unconscious woman behind a dumpster. That woman's life is over. Ruined. It doesn't matter who believes her. It's what happened in here that's going to destroy her life. It's the fact that she knows that the most precious thing she owns was taken from her. I get told all the time not to speak out about what's happened to me, and I refuse to listen. Because I've had people come up to me and tell me that I gave them the courage to speak out, that they went and got help because of me. They talked to someone about their rape or their assault or their abuse. And that's really the only reason that I talk about it as openly as I do, is because I know that I'm not alone. But not everybody knows that. And as hard as it is to talk about, it's a lot easier than it was a month, a year, 2 years ago. And a lot of people will tell you to just get over it, move past it. Here's the problem with telling someone to just get over it. It's not something you can just get over. How would you feel if you woke up every day with someone poking you in the same spot repeatedly all day long? Or you're being forced to do the same horrific activity every day? Wouldn't like it very much, would you? It'd be kind of hard to deal with. Personally, for me, what makes it so hard to get over, which you can't really get over something like this, what makes it so hard to deal with is memories, nightmares, night terrors. Me, I've had night terrors since I was a kid because of this stuff. You know, I've been told that I cry in my sleep, I talk in my sleep, I scream in my sleep, I thrash, hit people. I've hurt many people that have slept next to me because of my night terrors. I have woken up so scared from my nightmares that I've had to call people to calm down. I've had to, call suicide hotlines or text suicide hotlines, assault hotlines, whatever have you. And I've had breakdowns. I still have breakdowns to this day where I'm right back in the shower. And there are 2 ways that these breakdowns have happened. They happen while I'm already in the shower, or I will black out when I'm upset and end up in the shower with my clothes on in scalding hot water and no idea how I got there. The mind is a very complex place, and no 2 minds are alike. But just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not right. Also doesn't mean it's not wrong. Rape culture is not a matter of opinion. Rape culture is a matter of fact. And the fact is, Trump has to go to court for a 13-year-old girl who has accused him of rape. And give me a second and I'll look up how old this case is. Alright, I'm going to read something from what it says on the Occupy Democrats website. I don't know how accurate this is. I'm not going to lie about this. But it is the first thing that pops up when you look up Trump rape case. It says the allegations against Trump apparently occurred in 1990 when Trump was attending parties thrown by convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who was notorious for arranging sex parties with underage girls for America's wealthy elites. 2 witnesses are now joined by a third, Joan Doe. I think that's supposed to say Jane Doe, but I do not know. Who said in court documents, in the 1994 to 95 school year, I was told by the plaintiff, Jane Doe, that the plaintiff was subjected to sexual contact by the defendant at parties in New York City during the summer of 1994. Trump's camp has immediately denied that all accusations and denied all connection to Epstein, even though he told New York Magazine in 2002, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life.